But just know, Zebo is where it's at.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Last Minute Podcast. I'm right, guys. Zebo G.
Yep.
And on our left, we got some very special guests.
What's up? It's Deja.
ASAP scene.
Yeah.
And we back. Episode 184, the most consistent podcast in the Carolinas. No sound effects.
End of February.
All right.
Thank you.
2 weeks.
I have no faith.
Plenty of time.
I have faith.
14 days. Exactly. 13 days.
Better tap in.
Exactly.
All right. We got an episode on March 2nd. If we ain't got sounds, y'all know why.
Y'all heard it here first. How everybody feeling?
Feeling good.
Yeah? Good Valentine's
Happy
Day?
Sunday.
Solid. Made music.
Yeah?
Made some R&B.
Oh,
Valentine's
okay.
Day.
That's fitting. I shot a show for Jay Hines. Went really good.
Word?
Yeah, it was that. It was a show that was like mad expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And it ended up like selling out. I was very surprised.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Shout out Hines. Shout out Stacks, because I know he's doing the sound engineering.
The one
Yeah.
with the $200 plus
Yes.
tables.
Like I walked in and was like,
Oh, it's packed out?
y'all actually. You know what? That's
fine.
good.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
good.
Shout out to him.
That's what's up.
I saw some clips from Hines, said it looked hard.
Yeah, yeah. It
shout
was
out
solid.
Hines.
It was good. Shout out to our sponsor, Mama See the Food Truck, Alabama Lover Bar. Make sure you get your tacos, get your drinks. Make sure you're tuning in with us February 28th, where we'll be listening to your music. Make sure you are sending those songs in the email below. And next week's episode, it's going to be a very special episode. Make sure you watch with us. And this episode, we're going to be talking about Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance and Drake and Party Next Door's album, Some Sexy Songs for You. And we'll be reviewing that. But we're going to start how we normally start. And Deja, we're going to see what you've been listening to this past week.
Okay. Let me see. All right. So to start off, I was listening to Life is Beautiful, Larry June, 2 Chainz, and Alchemist. I've been running that. Saheem Psy Baby. Been running J4 Midnight Hours single.
Midnight Hours.
Showbiz by Mike. Currents, Tame Impala. Charm,
Oh,
Claro. DC2 Trills, Drink Babies for Life.
Fire.
And then, of course, Drake's newest project with Party Next Door.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Word. Solid.
Solid. Tanner, what about you?
So I've been running 12 Westside Gun. One complaint is too many features.
I agree.
Too much Stove God.
I agree.
So
So
Drake.
I'm sorry, but then that makes me think, can I listen to an album of his?
No, I can't. I know I can't. Damn. His delivery gets on my nerves after a while.
Yeah.
Party Next Door and Drake. Perfect Storm. Hurricane Wisdom. The Leak 3. Rob Banks. Hard.
Damn, I still gotta run
Bro,
that.
that shit is hard. Life is Beautiful, Larry June, 2 Chainz, and Alchemist, Mr. Come On, AG Kato,
Oh yeah, shout out Kato.
Drink Babies for Life, DC2 Trill, Permanent Ink, Bodie James.
Sorry.
I did run Lana again, SZA.
Oh, word.
Just the
okay.
new songs. Of course, I ain't listened to the whole whatever it is 30 track.
The whole
Ooh.
shebang.
Yeah,
All right.
but what else? Friday Night Lights, J. Cole.
You ready for Dreamville?
Yep. GNX, Kendrick Lamar. And then I went back and ran the Never Story by JID and the Forever Story
Oh,
JID. So those are both.
that's
Those
a
are,
good throwback.
Yeah, those are fire.
Yes.
What else? I went and ran. I watched Straight Outta Compton. So I went and
Dude, me too. I
Word?
watched it Thursday night.
Word?
Yes.
Yeah, I went.
On Hulu?
No, I watched it on YouTube TV.
Oh, well.
But what was I going to say? So I went
Good
and ran
movie.
Compton, the Dr. Dre album, because they got a bunch of songs from that album in
Right.
that movie. So I was like, yeah, let me listen to this.
Right.
So that was really about it.
Solid week for Tanner. And then for me, I've been listening to Party Next Door and Drake, Some Sexy Songs for You. I ran 10 Westside Gun, and I ran 12. I ran Still Praying Westside Gun, Drake Babies for Life, DC2 Trill, It's Us Volume 1, Concrete Boys. I ran Party Next Door 4, P4, Across the Tracks, Bodie James, PTSD, G Herbo, and I ran Larry Jones and 2 Chainz, Life is Beautiful, and I ran Sear Jaden Smith. Yeah, it was a good listen. I used to like really fuck with that album.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was a time. But that's all I've been listening to this past week. And then to end it with Seed.
Hey, So this past week, I have been playing Dedication Chief Keef.
Yes, very solid.
Drake and P&D's latest album. First time I haven't written it down, sorry y'all. Okay, I recently got put onto an artist called Shoddy Man, and I listened to the album God Told Me. I really, really like that album.
Oh, is he off TikTok? Don't he have a big TikTok?
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm tripping.
Where's he from?
I'm not sure. I came across him as a recommended artist for who's that guy that opened up for V's?
Oh,
Taliban?
Yeah.
I think like he came on as a recommended artist after listening to him.
Oh, okay.
Talibando. Yeah.
Talibando.
Yeah. DC2 Trill, new album. I've been listening to Aim Triplin, who has an album coming out tomorrow at noon. His first album. Yeah.
What's it called?
What is it called? It's like something of a melody. What is that? Melody of a Memory.
Oh.
Aim Triplin tomorrow at noon.
Is this like proper first debut?
Yeah, it looks like 10 songs, and he released already 4 of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, his debut album is coming out tomorrow.
Is there any features?
From what I can see, Ty Dolla $ign, and one other person called Cruza.
Okay.
But that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm excited for him. You know, I've been on him for like 2
I
years
was like, you've been on the
now.
Ain't Trippin' train for a minute.
Yeah, so shout out to him. Yeah, Chris Brown, just like a bunch of the songs I liked on Shuffle, which is like 100+ songs. So just Cowboy Carter, Beyonce.
Yes.
And last thing but very random, I listened to Brat, Charlie XCX, because I've never really listened to an album of hers. And it's a very interesting project, and I saved 5 songs, but I wouldn't really say like I'm a fan. Like I wouldn't go out and be like, oh yeah, I love Charlie XCX, but
this is like electronic disco.
It's kind of like pop techno. It's like pop meets that kind of techno house. Like I would say she's like a pop artist who has a techno influence, I guess.
I know she has like a huge name.
Yeah, she's big.
Yeah.
Like, and every single album that she's ever came out with has like 3 big like platinum diamond like hits. Like, yeah.
I know it's something like all her covers are like the same. They're just a different color or something.
Yeah, all of her covers look like, like they look like this.
Yes.
But like it's just a different color and then a different word.
What a way to save money on the
Like
graphics.
since like 2011, it's been like that.
Wow.
So,
consistency.
Yeah, and she's really 31 mil. So, like she's always been like this.
Her performance at the Grammys, I think to end the Grammys, was pretty interesting.
Have you guys seen? This is so funny to me. She has 3 different versions of the Brat Deluxe, and one is called Brat, and it's completely different, but also still Brat. And then the next version is Brat, and it's the same, but there's 3 more songs, so it's not. Like that's the whole name.
Touche. Kept it 100.
That's funny.
But solid week from everybody. Solid week from everybody. Yeah. That's about it. But we'll go ahead and dive into our topic, our first mini topic, which is Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl. So we all watched it live. Different thoughts from just everybody on the internet. Some loved it, a good bit hated it. Some just but overall, what did we think of Kendrick Lamar's performance? Because this was very anticipated. Very anticipated. Also, SZA was on the bill as well. But Deja, what did you think? Just off first watch.
So for me, off of first watch, it was so much going on. It's like you're trying to like see all the little hidden meanings with everything. But first watch, I liked it. I feel like because we were all together, we were all tuned in. Like everybody was locked with the TV. I just like how he incorporated Samuel L. Jackson, Serena. Like that was just like so. It was just so much going on. But I liked it. First watch.
Okay.
Definitely had to watch it again just to look at other things. But I liked it.
Okay. See?
I loved it. And I wouldn't say I had any expectations, but I feel like I didn't leave, or I didn't finish the performance watching it disappointed. Like, I really enjoyed it, just to keep a long story short, because I know we're going to discuss it further.
Yeah.
But I really, really enjoyed it. And I feel like people were looking for something to be disappointed in, even since the announcement of who it was.
Yep.
Yes.
And where
Per
it
usual.
was.
Yes, per usual.
But I liked it a lot, and I don't have any complaints.
Okay. For me, I'm gonna say I liked it. Didn't love it, but I liked it. I liked the pacing of it. It was good. Having SZA do her thing. It was cool to see Serena. Samuel Jackson do his thing as well. Yeah, I think. Well, I'll talk about that. But I liked it. I thought it was solid. Tanner?
I liked it. I wasn't expecting anything. Like, I knew it was gonna be dope.
Yeah.
But like,
It was just some rap shit.
yeah, it's always dope to see hip hop on the biggest platform in the world.
I agree.
So I had no complaints. I enjoyed it.
Okay. So, if we all do rewind back, there was the whole thing about Lil Wayne, considering it was in New Orleans. And the internet was basically, well, it was kind of split, but the internet was basically saying Lil Wayne himself said, I should be performing at the Super Bowl. They did not get Lil Wayne to perform, and Lil Wayne was basically bitching and crying about it. And some people was on his side. Some people was just like, you're not obligated to do it just because it's in New Orleans, and blah, blah, blah. But how did we think, based on how Kendrick did, how did we think, like, if Lil Wayne were to do that, like, would it be up to par of that? Or
I don't think it would be up to par at all.
No, Wayne's not. He's just not a good performer.
I just think that
Like
that train is just gone.
He can't perform like Kendrick can perform. Kendrick,
right.
Because that was a lot.
Bro, Kendrick rapped for
It was
20
a lot of
minutes,
moving
no
parts,
backtrack.
too.
Yes,
So
that
it's
too.
like,
It sounded good.
And it sounded good.
Like,
And why does it matter where it is? I feel like besides the LA one, and that was a whole thing.
That was a
it
whole
wasn't
thing.
one person.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like a whole, it was almost
It
like
was like
a
a-
tribute.
That was like an
to
LA
history.
tribute.
yeah, it was like a
Yeah.
medley.
Because it was the anniversary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
Like,
the
that made
only
sense.
time. Yeah,
That
that
made
was
sense.
like the only time we've ever been like, oh, it's gonna be in this city, so we're gonna do this, and it was an anniversary. Like, we've never ever been like, oh, this year it's gonna be in Texas, so it's gotta be chopped and screwed music. Like,
Yeah,
Right.
correct.
you know what I mean?
right.
Because my whole thing was like, okay, so if we do that, so let's just say it comes to Charlotte, so we're obligated to get the baby.
The baby.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're obligated.
That's never been
If
a
it's
thing.
in Houston, we're obligated to get Travis Scott or Beyonce. If it's
Yeah.
in New York, are we obligated to get 50 Cent? It's like,
Nah.
if you start that once,
Everybody's
you're
gonna feel
going
like
to
they're
have to,
obligated to
Yes.
get a Super Bowl performance.
correct. Oh, it's in Miami. Oh well, DJ Khaled got to do a whole. It's just like,
Plus, like all these people that people were naming a bunch of other people that could have did it, like rappers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, y'all are delusional. Like these rappers can't do this.
because
Like,
again,
I saw
this is
people
the
saying
Super
like,
Bowl.
Wiz Khalifa cannot do the fucking Super
Because,
Bowl.
like, not only are you rapping, it's a performance.
That's
yeah,
right.
Like-
it's like.
Like, this is a performance on the biggest
Yeah.
stage
This is not a
ever
concert.
seen
Yeah,
by
like-
the world.
Also, you're performing for a crowd of people that probably don't know who you are
That too. That
In
is
the arena.
in the arena.
Yeah.
correct.
in the
Correct. So yeah, I think I do think he delivered, and then after the performance, there was a lot of backlash. It was kind of split. A lot of people was like, "That was dope." Kendrick Lamar did his thing, boom, 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 and then a lot was just like, "That was terrible. What is this?" But it's just never mind. But it was just very split. I think into the reception. I think. Like we all said, we think it was dope. It was good. It was hip hop. But also there was one thing where I saw, and they were just basically saying, did Kendrick Lamar only get this because of Not Like Us?
Yeah.
Is that the only reason why he got to get
Well,
this?
it's
spot?
not because of Not Like Us. It's because he had the biggest year in hip hop of anybody we've ever seen.
So
We've never seen somebody run a whole year like that.
I think so. The whole Not Like Us thing, I'm gonna say no. I think it's because all eyes was on him last year.
Starting in May.
From
May till the end of the year, it was
really
Kendrick.
now still to this day. But I think now did the Drake beef definitely add to that? Yes, 100%. I think Gen X was a solid almost surprise drop. And I think he did a great year. If I'm thinking who else did just as good as him last year, at the top of my head, I can't think of another artist. So I think he did kind of deserve it. I know I think it was Rory Mal I was watching, and they were just saying Not Like Us is the only reason why he got to get on the stage. And also during the performance, and again, this is from Rory and Mal, but they were just saying
Mal.
Sorry, thank you for correcting me.
Mal.
Southern ass.
Rory and Mal.
Rory and Mal.
It's Mal.
The anticipation of Not Like Us was the big thing for the Super Bowl. Everybody was wondering, are they going to let him say the P word? Are they going, what is he going to do? Is it going to be some funny shit? And yeah.
So my thing is I get everybody saying like he got it off of a moment, but it's not like it's a moment that's gonna fade.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like a moment where it's like, oh, he had 1 year.
Yeah.
Like this is Kendrick Lamar. Like he had 17 Grammys before 2024.
That's crazy.
Like we acting like Kendrick Lamar is not Kendrick Lamar. Like I get he had a big year in 2024, and a lot of people think he got it just because Not Like Us. Let's not forget who Kendrick Lamar is.
Yeah, that's a big name still.
Yeah, like Kendrick
sure.
Lamar was huge before the Not Like Us shit. Like Not Like Us, yes, it put him at a different level because he's beefing against Drake.
Right.
But like saying he got it because of a moment is fair because he did, but it's not like it's a moment that's gonna fade away. Like this is hip hop history. Last year was hip hop history. They're gonna be talking about this shit 40 years from now.
No, for sure. I'm just trying to figure out like, based on the rap politics and who did good, who did what, so and so for 2024, who else would you have got if Kendrick Lamar did not do Super Bowl this year? And we speaking hip hop, who else would you have gotten?
Well, it's not even like I'm not even talking about hip hop. What artist had a bigger year in 2024?
Can I say something? So I feel like it doesn't matter if you had a big year because Rihanna had the Super Bowl 2 years ago and she hasn't released anything.
Yeah, very true.
And I think with that logic, I feel like Travis Scott deserves a Super Bowl performance, but it just sucks because of his background. Even Chris Brown too. Yeah. Chris Brown Scott
deserves a lot.
Chris Brown and Travis Scott could easily do a Super Bowl performance
for sure.
with their discography, with
100%.
the hype that they. I mean, look at Travis Scott, shoes, McDonald's,
PlayStation,
everything, right?
all that.
He's had a huge, not year, but he's had a huge career.
100%.
And Chris Brown too. Look what he just did in Africa. Like the shows he had, the past 2 shows in Brazil, crazy.
Yeah, like 100,000
sold the fuck out.
Literally. So I feel like it doesn't matter about the past year that you've had. It's kind of more like a celebration of your success, like to date. And if it wasn't Kendrick, and not if they didn't have, unfortunately the things that happened in the past, I think Travis Scott or Chris Brown in the
that's fair
R&B, hip hop, rap world.
Yeah.
I would both of those artists, I would love to see Chris Brown do a Super Bowl, even a Grammy performance, something on a huge,
like a grander
wide
scale.
stage.
Mm-hmm.
Like he deserves that. Even a Vegas joint, like something like that. And Travis Scott, I think that's his type of that's his cup of tea.
Yeah, he makes
it's the
stadium
whole
music.
grand thing. So I think he would definitely deliver on that part too. So that's fair because this is like with Usher. Yes, now he did have the Vegas joint and then he got the Super Bowl and then he brought out the whole album, all that. But that felt like more like a celebration of his music.
Yeah.
Like, this is Usher. I mean, come on. This is the fucking GOAT. But great point that you made. 100% great point.
Yeah, but going back to C's point, so Chris Brown, Travis Scott, 100% agree. But if we're looking at rappers, right? Like I don't know what their thought process was to pick who did the Super Bowl, but if the list of rappers that can do it is short.
Oh, very
right?
short.
And Drake's not gonna do it.
No.
So who does that leave outside of Travis Scott? And I think Travis Scott's probably got another 5, 6, 7 years before he does the Super Bowl. Like I think his legacy's got to grow a little bit. Not saying he ain't done enough. I think he's just not old enough, to be honest with you. Like I think he's still got plenty of albums to release and shit like that, which I don't think Kendrick does. To be honest with you, I don't think Kendrick's gonna continue to drop albums. You know what I'm saying? So, but Drake's not gonna do it. So the only one left is Kendrick. Like, why would you not? I just don't get how people are saying he like didn't deserve it. I don't understand that.
No, I mean he worked hard for sure. He had a huge year. And even just aside from the year, definitely great music, great artist. He's been in the spotlight for a long time, so.
I feel like it's definitely a certain viewer that felt that way.
Yeah, it's middle-aged white people.
Yeah. Or like just
or Drake
people.
stands.
Yeah, or people who just don't listen to hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, of course, they're not gonna care.
I think it's just people who just don't listen to hip hop.
Yeah, they're just not tapped in.
Nobody want to hear that.
Especially if you didn't listen to the album, you didn't know any of those songs.
That
People
too.
who are very attached to their favorite artist or era. Like, if you're really obsessed with that era of Wayne, where I wouldn't say his prime, but if you're that attached to the era of Wayne where he was so big and you can't let it go, it's like, okay, we get it. He's a great artist, but like,
I just think that train just missed.
Yeah.
I love Wiz Khalifa. Y'all know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's gonna perform.
Hell no. I'll be like, wow, that's where we at.
Like, I love the man, but chill
disrespect.
out.
But like, if you would have told me Wayne was doing a Super Bowl in 2009, I'd been like, makes perfect sense.
Yes, Carter 3, mid 2000s.
Like
YMCMB, like
he just said he's the best rapper alive and nobody said anything. Yeah, it makes sense.
Which is crazy.
Like
nobody said
a word.
But like I said, I just think that train missed. I think we're just too late for that.
Yeah, and maybe one day, like maybe a legacy act kind of thing. But
it would
it's
have
like,
to be that type of
but
thing.
But Wayne can't perform good enough to do the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
because
can't be
this
him
is
by
the
himself.
Super Bowl.
No, now if they did like a YMCMB,
yes,
and it was Wayne, Drake, and Nicki.
Oh yeah,
I get
that too.
Like I said, you have them dancers out there. You have all this stuff going on. It can't just be.
Plus, like you're covering a football field,
right?
That too.
Like you're covering a football field. This is a 100-yard stage.
That too.
like what are we talking about?
I just think that train done left.
Yeah.
And we all love Wayne, you know. I think it would have. I do think he deserves a legacy type of thing on some stage of some sort. But if it's just Lil Wayne Super Bowl,
I'm good.
Oh God, I'm gonna watch just to see how this goes. You know.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to Wayne. But
so going back to Kendrick's actual performance, what? So like
selection of songs and everything?
Yeah, I thought it was dope that he didn't do his hits. I thought that was dope.
I think it was dope. I think so too, because I think
it was great promo for the tour.
Yes, it was. Yes. I think because he already remember he performed at the Super Bowl technically before.
Yeah, he already did all right at the Super Bowl.
He did those already.
Yeah.
So, and if people were actually smart, they would see that in one of his latest interviews, he said the past catalog. That's the past.
Yeah, and he said,
I just dropped a new album.
Yeah.
Like, why would I? And I'm about to go on tour with this new album. And I have SZA with me who is on the tour.
Which makes
why would
perfect sense.
not do these new damn songs that I just worked hard on?
And he still did some hits.
Yeah.
Like he did DNA, he did Humble, he did all the stars with SZA. Like,
so I think that made sense. I get why people want to, hear Good Kid, Mad City, but it's just like I think that's just
like it's 2025. I don't want to hear Mad City at the Super Bowl.
That's
shit was 13 years ago.
That was a time we celebrated it.
That goes back to what C said. Like some people are just stuck in that era of time with certain artists.
Yeah. You can't gotta let it go.
Yeah, you can't.
It was a great time. It was, and we already celebrated.
Right.
So now we have a whole new album. Let's get this a love too. I mean, shit. When is he supposed to perform this album? It's like, when is he supposed to perform this that he just dropped?
This was literally like a test run.
Yeah,
for their tour.
Yeah, that too. Let's see how it sounds. Let's see how does this song go crazy? Does this not go crazy? Does this how do we interact with each other during this song? So
how do y'all think SZA did? Y'all think she did a good job?
I think she did fine, but I think it would have been a bigger splash if they did not announce that she was going to be at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, nah.
Because when I hear Kendrick and SZA at Super Bowl, okay, Kendrick's going to do a good amount of songs, and SZA, it's going to be 50-50.
I thought SZA was going to at least do 3 or 4 solo records.
Yeah. So whenever she got done,
really?
Yeah, I thought she was going to get like Snooze off.
If it
I didn't think, because I was like, this is Kendrick's halftime.
No, it was Kendrick and SZA's Super Bowl.
I think the way they promoted it was because, like, okay, for example, on the tour, I'm assuming SZA is gonna do some of her songs.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
But for the Super Bowl, I didn't think she was gonna do her own
The
songs.
promo was all Kendrick until the very end.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it was just, why are we adding this now? I think it would have been a bigger splash of, oh shit, here goes SZA.
Right.
Oh, okay. I'm only expecting her, if she's a surprise guest, to do a song or two, and
Especially
then she's
because
gonna
like, we
get off.
already kind of knew that because they're going on tour together.
If it's being promoted, this is Kendrick and SZA Super Bowl.
Right.
Oh, okay. So I'm assuming about 50-50.
Like a
Kendrick gonna do
joint,
two.
yeah.
SZA gonna do two. Kendrick gonna end it on. You know what I'm saying? So,
So I did see something where somebody said Kendrick changed the entire set list like a few weeks before the performance when they added SZA. So I don't know if he like was originally gonna do his hits, and then he decided to say fuck that, I'm doing G and
I
X.
mean, you only get 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That too.
He had to. If Sis is gonna join him, he has to change something.
true.
Yeah.
So-
But yeah, overall I think it was dope.
yeah. Overall,
And the Not Like Us shit was hard. I don't care what nobody says. I've never seen somebody run a victory lap like this.
no, 100%.
This shit is
And
just
bringing Mustard out at the end.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
this shit was
crazy.
tough.
Fire. Like, who do you see brings out? He could have did it and not brought him out.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah,
put
definitely.
him on too. Like
Yeah.
at the very end.
And I think the Serena, that was a random. That was just a random. Oh shit!
Yeah.
And I think that's what they should have did with SZA.
That
It
shit
would have
was
been an
petty,
oh
though.
shit.
The Serena shit was petty.
That was petty. I think it just would have been an oh shit moment. So the SZA thing, I just think we could have just left her
Yeah, they
name
shouldn't
out
have said
completely
nothing.
and just
Yeah.
brought her out for Luther.
yeah, like oh shit, instead of oh I thought she was gonna do some more songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought she was going to at least get Snooze off. But
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. But to conclude, good performance. He made a staple. Definitely got talked about a lot, and yeah, I mean, victory lap.
It was dope. It was dope to me.
It was dope.
I have one last thing to say about this, and then we can move on. But this is my opinion. I was pretty disappointed in. I don't really care about the non-black opinions about what people have to say about the Super Bowl, the negative ones. But I was a little disappointed from what I was seeing of people who are black, and they were degrading the performance. It's one thing to say like, oh, I didn't like it. Okay, cool. But people who are dragging Kendrick's performance, I was just a little disappointed because he came out there, made a statement. It's Black History Month. Imagery was beautiful. The message was great. Like, he put on for so many people, bringing Serena, like, you know, she was dragged for doing that at Wimbledon. She did it here at the Super Bowl. Samuel L. Jackson, great. There were so many hidden messages that I had to like watch TikTok explanations. And I was just a little disappointed by the foolish commentary because you guys know, if you've seen Kendrick on tour, the Damn Tour, Mr. Morale Tour, any other tour, this is no surprise. It should be no surprise to you. So I don't know. I was just a little bit taken aback by some people dragging this performance, especially like any minorities. Why are you dragging this man into the dirt? And it was a beautiful performance. He's not going to be up there doing backflips and, you know, flame torches and all this stuff. I don't know. I thought it was beautiful, and it was perfectly Kendrick. Like, it was the most Kendrick performance you could have seen. And if it wasn't a rapper, then they would still be talking like, oh, we don't get representation. But it's like, you got the best representation, in my opinion.
I think one reason people just very surface level. We see Kendrick performing. Okay, if I'm just thinking as a regular person, okay, they're good. Kendrick Lamar. Oh, he gonna do the Drake this. Oh, he did that. Okay, back to the game.
Yeah.
Very surface level. Don't care about all the other songs. The fact that Serena's there, Sid's there, Uncle but Samuel L. Jackson there. You know, Mustard comes out. All this. It's just like, oh, okay.
Also, that
Cool.
was a
He did not like us.
That was a very like hip hop culture
Yes.
performance. So if you're not like a part of that culture or tuned in with that culture, you're not gonna get it.
You're not gonna give a damn. And but on your comment on the minorities dragging, I'm not surprised.
It was OD.
From being
Yeah, like
from
saying it was
being,
the worst performance of all time.
From being black to seeing other black people drag this performance did not surprise me one bit. That's for another day. But
I just had to get that off my chest. I was
very valid, very fair.
Disappointed. I was just like, wow, because if it was me and I saw, like a Middle Eastern artist, not DJ Khaled, fuck DJ Khaled, but if I saw another Middle Eastern artist on the stage and it's all Middle Eastern dancers on the stage and they're carrying flags and sending messages, I'd be like, wow, so cool. Like,
yeah,
I don't care. Like, I just feel like, why are we? This should be a happy moment. Like, wow, that's so awesome. But it's like, damn.
And I think it goes back to what you said. A lot of people are just surface level.
It's just
they don't care.
You don't even have to think that hard. It's a beautiful performance. You don't have to think. It looks cool.
And it goes back. I don't think a lot of people listen to the album, and I don't think they cared any point.
To a regular person, oh, it's this rapper.
Yeah,
GNX was a cool album though. People were pissed about Mr. Morale being this deep, weird topic. He gave you GNX. He rapped. He gave you GNX.
Yeah.
What more do y'all want from Kendrick?
And that's the big question with just things today. What more do you want?
Yeah, what more do you want?
But also, people are slow, right? Like people don't pick up on imagery and shit.
Right.
Like people don't pick up the fact that Kendrick's from the West Coast. Correct. And that he's got all these dancers out here dressed up in red and blue for Bloods and Crips. And then you got them organized in the to look like the American flag. Like people don't think about shit like this. Like this is like
how hard you gotta think. It looks like the flag.
Like
some people, it looks like
it
goes over
control.
their head. It's like surface level. Like
you gotta be so slow. You gotta be beyond slow.
People are slow.
Yeah, from looking at Facebook comments, let me just say,
like real life people don't get this shit.
At Facebook comments from the range of 40 plus. This performance was just fucking ass.
Yeah. Plus, it's the same thing Kendrick's been pushing like all year. It's like it is like focused on the issues with America and minorities, but it's also really focused on pushing the West Coast. Right? You got Serena up here crip walking. You got
this is like that's a statement itself.
He brings out DJ Mustard. Like he does Peekaboo and he performs part of AZ Chike's verse.
Yeah.
Like this is some West Coast shit.
Yeah.
Like he's on the Grand National at the beginning of the show. Like this is some West Coast shit. Like
it's just some hip hop.
Yeah, it's just some hip hop shit. And if you don't get it and you're slow and you don't understand imagery, then
and my whole thing is if you don't get it, that's fine, but you ain't gotta drag it.
Yeah.
Right.
And like the black Uncle Sam, like if you don't get it, you just don't get it.
Yeah, you just don't get it.
Yeah. Like
that's fine. You don't have to get it, but there's no need. Take everything out. This was a good performance.
Yeah.
He performed, he rapped for a very long time, which is very hard to do. No backtrack. Let's just, start with that. Moving around, there's moving parts, yada yada. Breath control's fine. So this ain't a good performance.
Like people be out of breath walking up the steps.
No.
Like he performed for 15 minutes and didn't take a breath.
And was moving
and dancing and like walking around this 100-yard stage. Like
it reminded me of Chris Brown.
Like what are we talking about?
That man was dancing his ass off.
No, literally doing backflips.
No,
I saw him being. I went.
Oh, you saw him flying around?
I saw him flying, and he was upside down, looking down at the audience, singing.
Ridiculous.
He said. Yeah, anyway,
not breaking a note, no cracking the voice, nothing.
It's being a performer. Like I think Kendrick did a great job. I didn't want anything else out of the Super Bowl.
Could you imagine Chris Brown flying in the air just like he did
insane.
in Africa and Brazil?
Yeah.
Y'all,
but
that would change the world.
I just remember scrolling and just seeing that video. I was like,
what?
He was being carried by a drone.
Yeah, that shit is
like,
wild.
could you imagine him in like the level 500s?
like there go Chris Brown. What the fuck?
Bro,
and everybody is here
to
see
phone
him.
Footage would be ridiculous. Like,
bro, I just think it's crazy.
Chris Brown just flew by me. I'm in the
I
upper
just think
level.
it's crazy that, and I think the biggest thing from that clip is the fact these people paid to see this one person.
Yeah.
There is one person on this stage. Well, in the
all right, let's not get into Chris Brown.
Okay, you're right. I just think that's crazy. But to conclude about Kendrick Lamar, good performance, good Super Bowl.
Also, it was perfect. It was like I think she said this already, but it was perfectly Kendrick. It was a Kendrick Lamar
halftime
performance.
It was the most Kendrick it could have been.
Yeah.
It was the highest Kendrick it could have been.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was dope.
It was dope.
Shout out to Kendrick.
Shout out Kendrick.
Somebody that actually cares about the hip hop culture and
Hey.
pushing hip hop to a different level.
But just know, Zebo is where it's at.
Oh, Zebo TV, North Carolina. Yeah.